Ooh, that was much faster this time, and I am exceedingly excited to say welcome to another fabulous Friday installment of Disinformed After Dark. I'm Shane,
I'm John.
And I'm Michael.
and if you are not familiar with us, we usually have a very vivacious female that joins us because we are the hosts of the Disinformed podcast, a glorious little show that flees your preferred provider app every marvelous Monday morning. And you should tune in because usually we're far more exciting. But Courtney, we miss you, and we cannot wait to get you back on the line.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what she brings back from Flavortown.
Indeed, all those potato tacos. But for those of you who are enjoying what you have encountered with us thus far, or if you wind up liking what you hear as we ramble on incoherently later on, we would like you to show us via some strange form of expression, which Michael will actually prompt you with right now.
Smash that like button. Hit the like, subscribe, leave a comment. Any of those, or all of them.
Did you just become a 2-day or 2-pack-a-day smoker?
Smash that like button.
No, you don't always die from tobacco.
Oh, you got the cancer kazoo. Sorry.
I like that you had 5 minutes to prep and get ready for that phrase, and you say it every single week, and yet still didn't
Smash. Just fling my body.
Anyway,
Hulk
yes.
ass.
You do us a very big favor if you leave a comment here just to let us know how much you love and appreciate us, or despise us, loathe us, avoid us like the plague. So please do that, and turn on the notifications, because then you'll know when we air this crazy little crap.
Oh yeah, you're right. Ring the bell.
Yeah, we're consistent, if nothing else.
Jeez.
So what we usually do here is we have a quick decompression from our podcast recording, and we discuss what we talked about on this week's fabulous episode.
He says, rolling his eyes.
And eventually we delve into a strange, rambling, and incoherent Chuck Klosterman hypothetical at the end, just to wrap it up in a hate-filled little bow.
Yes.
But this week, Michael just beat us over the head and caused me to twitch with discussion of Pokeballs just going all over the world.
And sometimes you can put them in your PC.
And how?
If you get
Store
out
a lot
hand,
of Pokeballs in there.
you wind up in the PC.
Yes.
He, she, me, you, PC.
He, she, me, bees PC. So, Michael, you have something that you're going to share with the general public here against my better judgment.
Yeah, we didn't vet this at all, so it's going to probably be bad.
It's going to be 2 seconds worth, and I just want to show how the Twitch stream looked, how the program ran. You can probably see it here, and essentially you can see all the inputs on the right side of the screen. You can see the counter that shows how long it's been playing. You can also see the anarchy and the democracy counter in the top right hand. But essentially you can see him
insane, Michael. Just watch this character just walk into walls for 8 hours. How is this amusing?
It does seem like a lesson in
it's a comment on the human condition. Just to make it.
I mean, I have been running my head against a wall for years, so
man, I am
running my head
so begging to hasten the singularity in this case, then, because please, greater intelligence, eradicate us for the betterment of all.
Oh, they're trying.
I feel like
Not
Agent
with that
Smith
attitude.
in the Matrix. It's the smell.
You have a scent.
I feel like it saturates me. I am infected by you. Yeah, this is the life that I live on the daily.
You chose this.
I did, and unfortunately, I brought it upon myself. But you know why this is rewarding, gentlemen?
Why is that?
Uh-oh.
Because we have managed to inspire the world to give us a little love back for our dedicated efforts. As much as I do Josh, that we're screaming into the void and the void does not respond. We actually have confirmation that we have touched someone in a very special and unique way that
Where
I
did we
received
touch them?
today.
They can't prove anything.
In the medulla, actually, I believe is where we touched them.
Oh,
Yes,
that's a
yes.
good thing, right?
Medulla oblongata.
Hardly knew her.
So I have
no toothbrush.
a glorious little thing I'm going to share with you, which was submitted by superfan Steven.
Steven.
This is completed and is going to join the slew of fun artwork that we're going to debut for the show. But this...
Now, I don't have perfect eyesight, but I know that those are our faces. What's the bottom say?
It says, this is a wanted poster, and Courtney is, of course, the Wild West Sheriff.
Sure.
And we three are wanted for lying, perjury, slander, and general vartlery.
That's a word I don't understand, and I won't
Or
accept it.
vartletry.
I
Stephen, we're going to have to look that one up. Congratulations. You have officially stymied us here at Disinformed.
Not hard to do for me.
same.
I basically have a 6th grade understanding of the world. I'm from Arizona, see?
Sure, that's how our education system goes.
Unfortunately, John's dating life was also, are you smarter than a 5th grader?
Oh, how many yeehaw points did I get on my test today?
Oh, only one yeehaw.
That's not even
no.
enough to feed myself tonight.
Oh, man, but I got a gold star on that studs test. So,
Like I were trying really hard not to break it.
yep.
Only
And I
one
have one
he,
more
no
thing I was going to
ha.
share. I alluded to the fact that I created a little artwork to go with this episode's headline. And Michael, I feel like, is the one that caught the Mac and Me reference. So I realized that might be a bit too esoteric for folks that did not experience 1980s films.
Sorry, every time you say Mac and Me, I just picture the scene where she gets pushed, or where he gets pushed off of the cliff in a wheelchair, and it's not him at all, and it's just a doll.
Yep.
It gets me every time.
So this is
I want to show it now.
Here's what I threw into the world. This is for the ether. There is, in fact, no racial history at all.
I don't understand the reference, but I think I get the point.
I'm glad. So that is going to hit the Instagram so that you can enjoy it in its
Please.
full and glorious splendor. But you can see Mitch's hereditary line,
Yeah,
and it's really a beautiful thing.
it
We
is.
sincerely appreciate it. So there is our art deluge for the
Okay.
day. And now that we're all running ourselves into the wall, gentlefins, are you prepared for this week's Chuck Klosterman's hypothetical?
I hope I am.
I'm never ready, but hit it. Give it to me.
Thank you for typing.
Punch him, Daddy.
We are going to go into hired assassin. I don't know why he had to hyphen it. It's like called change the font, kids. Like you could have just made that smaller.
Yeah.
Sure,
Or
but no, let's hyphenate it. All right, here we go. If only. You are a hired assassin. It was not your lifelong dream to become a hitman, but this is the vocation destiny has forced upon you. Killing these strangers bothers you deeply. Very often you're haunted by vivid dreams involving your victims, but you've also become somewhat accustomed to the experience. You have successfully murdered 10 people over the past 2 years. Your fee is $10,000 per murder. Knowing your reputation for ruthless efficiency, a member of the criminal underworld asks you to murder his enemy, who is also a known criminal. I really hate this guy, says your prospective employer. He has done terrible things to someone I love, so I want you to kill him. But I don't want you to simply assassinate him. I want you to make him pay. I want you to kill him in the most vicious, sinister way you can imagine. Be creative and merciless, and if you do this, I will pay you 25 times your normal fee. Assuming you're already a professional killer who lives outside of society's rules, would you accept these new conditions? And if so, how would you commit the murder?
Oh, man.
So this may take us outside the bounds of acceptable discussion points for YouTube. It's certainly not child-friendly.
Oh, yeah, this show is not for kids.
No.
Not at all.
Apparently, neither is Cinnamon Toast Crunch, if this
Oh,
week's fan
right.
fiction is to be believed.
Oh my
But,
goodness. Yep.
Well, let's go ahead and just hit part 1 real quick. Like, if this is part of your accepted world, then I feel like you would have to take this deal.
Yeah.
right? Like all you're being asked to do
Mhm.
is go the extra step that usually people tell you not to do,
Uh-huh.
or not that they wouldn't tell you not to do it, but I mean, if you're
It's just
being
not part of the
invited
contract. Yeah.
to like create, like be a little creative, how would we do it? Is the better question.
Mhm.
And I like that he points out that it is someone who is pretty deplorable. You know, like
Yes.
just like not. It's not like it's not like you're taking out some innocent.
Right,
You
you
know?
want to absolve yourself of whatever, guilty feelings you may have or any trepidation you had about hurting someone who's innocent.
My head immediately goes to the like political space where it's like trap him in a room with the orange Cheeto, and like make like little like like kind of like if you like hybrided that, but like with Saw, where it's like either you have to listen to him speak or like watch him talk on a TV for eternity, or hear things in the room that you can do to like promise escape. And like essentially, I'm thinking I would jigsaw killer him.
Okay, you want to Donna him to death.
Yes, I would. I would. Yeah, give him a little. I'd give him a little of the Donna jigsaw.
Yes.
You know, he gets hit so hard his legs would turn into trombones.
Just Simadonna.
Yeah, simmer down now.
All right. That's an interesting
That's a
way to
knee
go.
jerk reaction. I think that's
So,
what we're here for, right?
Essentially, you're going to make them beg for the sweet release before you finally give it to them.
Yeah, like
How would you perform the coup de grace then?
no. So
That's
again,
fair.
the point with the jigsaw thing is that they would do it to themselves.
What if they don't?
Then
Well, shoot.
I'd write them a poem. No, oh, I would do the room that I put them in would be like the trash compactor in Star Wars. And if they didn't do what I wanted to do, I'd just hit the button and I would let the walls collapse in on them.
Human juicer.
Yes.
All right. That's reasonable. Michael, how
I just have to ask, what was his specifications again? Just
he
so I
said he
can get an
really
idea of
doesn't
what
like
he
this
wanted.
guy.
Yes, he doesn't like him, but
kill him in the most vicious, sinister way that you can imagine. So you want to
Sinister.
be as sadistic as humanly possible. So this is called, if we ever wanted to make sure that the law put us on some sort of a tracking list, this is the episode that is going to finally do so.
And that's the thing, is that I can't be put on blast like that.
I feel like I've already been in a database for years.
Oh,
now,
most
so yeah,
assuredly,
I'm
yeah.
definitely
Well-
not throwing anybody further onto the scent by saying something that's true. But Michael, do you need a moment to gather your
No, I mean,
thoughts?
if
And also-
no, because I like what John says with the knee jerk reaction. Usually, when I wish harm upon someone, I usually talk about like just inflicting a lot of unnecessary pain.
So you're gonna make someone listen to you talk about a Pokemon Twitch for 12 to 14 months?
That
Ouch.
What
that
if-
inflicted unnecessary pain on me.
So what if you put a device in their head that connected to a Twitch stream, and then you let the Twitch users kill the person by making him do stuff
Incrementally.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting excited. I
Twitch
love
plays
murder. Yeah.
I like that when you get excited, you curse.
Yes.
Oh boy. I usually, whenever I pretend to wish harm on someone, I usually involve like messing up their joints in some ways so that every move that they make is painful, and that's usually because there's a lot of times where I have pain in my joints, so I can kind of,
like-
empathize.
Emphasize. Yeah.
Empathize.
I like
yes.
that Under the
But-
Hood with Michael is wishing arthritic movements to people.
where every move just feels like death in itself. And then like I don't know, I would probably just I don't know how I would coup de grace them, I guess.
Bore
just
them to death.
you know what? No, just because now I'm thinking of the
Ooh.
Mac and Me stuff, and I actually looked up the wheelchair scene that we can show so John can see it at the end of this episode if we want.
All right.
Once they are incapable of movement, put them in a wheelchair, push them off a ledge.
Okay.
So
And-
they can die in that.
And what I am sure is going to be elegant. I can't even do this. Shane, please terrify us.
Okay. So elegantly sadistic is what you're driving at, yes?
Yes.
So I'm actually going to steal an idea. This is not an original thought, unfortunately, but it makes so much sense. There is a Magnus Archives episode that is called Piecemeal, where a magical curse is placed on an individual, wherein the circumstances of their life will precipitate that they will lose a part of their anatomy constantly until they are eventually dead. So, for instance, your television falls off of your wall and crushes your foot, causing you to lose several toes. As you are walking, you may move, in such a way that you slice off a finger on a sharp object as you're walking around. Eventually, you'll be driven to a state where you'll fall down and an eye will be knocked out. Like, that would be, if you really wanted me to be as, vital and violent as humanly possible, what... Yes, Mr.
Sorry,
Twitchy Finger.
I couldn't let this pass. It's kind of like in Prince of Thieves when he, hits Alan Rickman. He says, I'll just take a piece of you at a time."
Yeah. It's you start with toes, you
Yeah.
work those off. Start with fingers,
Yeah.
work those off, and then you just start slowly and progressively. Kind of like Seven. Just chain somebody to a bed and start picking off pieces of them as long as you can, and let them sit. Take the Ramsay Bolton approach and just skin them a little bit until they beg you to amputate the item, and eventually that'll be a relief for them. But
you are doing so well with this.
cauterize so that nothing falls off, and just saline solution. Keep them going for a good long while. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you officially torture someone to death. So, and you
Wow,
gotta
this is
film
gonna
it.
get pulled.
I'm gonna get pulled.
I hope so.
Yeah, so that's the most effective way that I would be able to do that if we really wanted to get rid of someone in the most painful way possible. That's what, and I would of course play Cher's "Believe" in the background while this was going on.
Yeah, I definitely have a few bands that we could play.
Yeah. So there's a bit of happy and uplifting nonsense.
Happy Friday, everybody!
For the end of your week. If your week has felt like having items slowly removed from your body against your will, then congratulations, it's almost over.
Also, just an addendum to the answer I gave, I would put Heavy Waters episode of our podcast on repeat in the room till they begged. I would put a button that's like, hey, if you want this to end, you can just hit the trash compactor button yourself, and see how many runs of the episode it would take.
So if you want to saw this, you want to have the tape recorder. It was like, you have to listen to Michael explain why people would actually attempt to make things in a Swedish manufacturing plant.
You gonna
It was
cry?
Norwegian.
Yeah, Norway.
Yeah,
I was trying to be
Norwegian.
antagonistic, and you were trying to be actual.
Excuse me, it was actually in Norway.
It's not
which was
the Kool-Aid, it was actually Flavor-Aid. Thank you very much.
excuse me, it was actually Powerade. Flavor-Aid wasn't invented at that time. Okay, it was actually Tang. They made it out of Tang.
Ooh, booty tag.
Wow, I guarantee that movie did not age well.
Considering who it was written by,
I don't remember who was it written by.
I believe that's a Louis C.K. production, my friend.
Big. Ooh.
Bruh.
Yes. Indeed. Michael,
Can I see us off
yes,
with the
please. Give us the
with
wheel.
Do you have it
All right,
prepped?
cool. Yes. I literally, that's all I cared about. Oh, hold on one second.
I'm sure.
Okay. Alrighty. And so people don't see my, no, don't look at my, there we go. All right. I don't want you to see my tabs there. All right, here we go.
We're looking at My Immortal, the sequel, right now.
What? No, everything's falling apart. Ah, shit. All right, fuck it. We'll do it live. There.
Well, as if we were even going to be able to.
There we go. This is what I think of every time I hear Mac and Me. Just it's a build-up.
Is this
Because
is this
the
supposed to
break
be
is
serious?
obviously going to stop
Anytime
So that's
someone
not supposed to be a comedic bit. That's supposed to be
no.
serious? Oh my
you.
goodness.
I mean,
Yeah, a little bit.
movie
Probably.
itself is not a drama by any stretch.
Oh goodness.
Before we get out of here, though, there was something I was itching to ask, and we'll have to get into a further conversation for the booktube version of this later on, because
Ooh.
John and I are both engaged in a lovely little affair with Mr. J.R.R. Tolkien at the present.
Sure are.
Oh.
But considering that you finished everything's eventual. I want to know whether or not 1408 lived up to the hype that I gave it.
I did not expect to be put on blast. So here is me being accountable. I returned your copy to you when I saw you next because I didn't know the next time that I would be able to come back here. So I was trying to play safe. And also because before I came out this way, I got a copy of it off of Libby. So I have the audiobook, so I'm taking the same route as Courtney. So presently, I am three short stories in. I am not at 1408 yet.
You managed
I never said that I finished
to
it.
make it sound as though I'm fairly certain on one of the prior
I
instances
said I was
of
enjoying
this
it very
show,
much.
Yeah, you made it sound as though you were just churning on through it.
Let's see, where am I here? Because I have it.
Oh my goodness.
I am on.
disgusted with
Don't
you.
even pretend.
Absolutely disgusted.
I am listening to the short story In the Death Room right now, which is read by Stephen King, and he does horrific voice acting.
Cool.
Okay. But anyway, I am sorry if I accidentally misled you, but I will let you know the moment I get there, and I am feeling very sheepish.
Cool. Well, that was I have no end to this bit, so I'm just going to offer a small bow. Don't touch my things. Those are my things, and they're not intended for you.
Oh, bass
You're
playing
gonna-
is for closers?
Yes. And you're gonna pay for dragging that, sheepish metaphor of your ring across it. But anywho, I hope you all have a wonderful Friday. Thank
I'm
you
in
for being
danger.
here, and I hope that the death that awaits John by the end of this little session here does not await you
Cool.
as a criminal.
Yeah.
When we begin our careers as assassins. All right. Well, as per usual, you can find us here on the Tubes of You on Wednesdays and Fridays, and of course, new podcast episodes every single Monday. You know the drill. Give us all the likes, the subscribes, smash buttons, do the things, and of course, social networks exist, and you can find us there if you so choose. And as a matter of certain fact, we're going to have those in the show description down below via our link tree.
Yeah.
Which also links us into all of our previous fan fiction nonsense, which is going to expand exponentially as we continue, because next week on the horizon we have our return. The adage is that you can never go home again, and we are going to test that by making a return into the hallowed halls of Hogwarts with My Immortal, the sequel.
Yeah.
It's going to be scary.
Also, if there's any, this involves participation, but if there are any weird topics that you stumble upon or any weird videos and things like that, you can feel free to send them our way. We'd
Please.
love to either read them, view them, or ignore them altogether. But the first step is you participating and sending those in. So
Engagement.
The last step is your wheelchair flying off the cliff edge as you
Whee!
descend into the water.
Or was
It gets me every time.
That was more like Mac and wee.
but we.
Oh, ladies and germaphobes, thank you for being here. I believe that is going to do it for us on this wonderful installment of Disinformed After Dark. I am Kenton Eldorado.
I am Timothy Lone Cactus.
And I am Robert Greer.
Peter Greer.
Oh, please always remember our profound admonition that we would like you to live, laugh,